Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TF Live, your home of all the Australian Premiership action. I'm yauch. With me is George Basil Jackson. We've got Wiethoofd on production, our fantastic Dutch friend, as always. How you going, George? This is going to be a good one tonight.
Absolutely fine and dandy. Just ready to go. See a
Fine
great semi-final and see how it goes. That's the best you can feel about anything to do with TF2. Fine and dandy.
That's very fair. We've got a good game here tonight. We have got xenophobiaphobia versus Madmen, and this one's for almost all of the biscuits. This is to decide who goes to the grand final. We have got 12 in the server, so we're going to run through it really quickly. Do you want to run us through the xenophobiaphobia roster quickly, George? They've had a couple of changes from last week.
Happy to. So we've got Sage and MG on Scouts, Mac on Pocket, Shifter on Roma, Paulson on Demo, and Sean on Medic.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They're coming off a disappointing loss, I'd say, to the top-seeded No Safe Word last week. They showed up really, really well on Process, but weren't able to put it together on Granary, and that was with their backup scout Cure. They've got Gramps playing today, who is also tagged up as Sage. I'm just going to habitually call him Gramps. And yeah, MG not having the best internet, I hear, so he and Mac have decided to swap, but that's okay, because Mac is a beast on any class, and MG is a very, very smart player. And over on the side of Madmen, who are coming off a really, really comfortable win against the 4th-seeded Damage Inc. in their final match, that roster has gone through a slight change as well coming into finals for anyone who caught the paint stream last week. If you didn't, then you lost. You missed out big time. But on their roster, the scouts are Varna and Ohai. Nat is the Roma, Hertz is the Pocket, Moop is the Demo, and Locke is the Medic. And the more astute among you would have noticed that Varna and Hertz have swapped again because about 3 dozen roster changes is just never quite enough, you know. But Varna is an absolute beast on Scout. He is very, very good. He is a Scout of the highest order, and he is very, very aggressive on the flank. And Hertz really has proven that he's solid on whatever class you put him in, especially if it can turn invisible. So, first map, Snakewater. What are you thinking about this one, George?
You know me. I'm a xenophobiaphobia fanatic. No matter what the odds are, they're always going to win in my heart. So, I'm going to have to give the first map 5-0 to xenophobiaphobia.
Oh, that's a damn big call. This is xenophobia-phobia's pick, this one. They got 2 picks, being the higher seeded team. Yeah, I don't know. That's a very, very optimistic prediction, I want to say. I love Zeno. They are my boys, but so is Varna, so we're going to have to see about this one. I don't know, Snakewater?
Definitely a massive force to be contended with in this one. I think it's going to be something that Xenophobia are going to have to be able to work around, because they're not used to him playing on Scout, and having to deal with such a great player on Scout out of nowhere, I don't know how they're going to adapt to it.
I think that's exactly right. I would say that the strength of Xenophobiaphobia is definitely in their combo. Makassar is a god. Paulson, he's okay at demo, I think you could say. Yeah, and Sean, really, really solid medic and really good synergy with Paulson, them being good mates IRL. But so yeah, Shifter, good demo, but we've got Gramps, who's playing his first season of Scout, and MG, who's having some internet issues and definitely isn't a Scout main, although he is quite good. But you're exactly right. Varna definitely has the potential to just punch holes in the flank with his DM, really. And yeah, that'll be a really interesting one. But how do you reckon the combos are going to match up there? Because that's the flip side of the coin.
Well, actually, just as a team, I'm really impressed by Xenophobia and how they work together as players. It's been awesome seeing the synergy and synchronization they have on their pushes and players, especially between what was Shifter and MG. And, you know, I don't know if they'll be able to do as well as they usually do without that dynamic duo playing together. In terms of the combo, they have Paulson. Paulson's a great demo. We know that. Everyone knows that. I think that's definitely going to be a massive driving force towards the win for Xenophobiaphobia. And Sean, he's proven himself to be a great mid, especially this season. He's done a really consistent job. Never had any sort of games, but he hasn't had any terrible ones either. So I guess we'll just see how they go. But I've got good feelings about the combo.
That's exactly right. I think it's interesting with the change up with Varna moving away from the combo on Madmen. I think that's definitely so that Hurt's going to have a more influential calling role. He's like, contrary to popular belief, he's a very, very good main caller and a very motivated one. As we are going live here, this is map 1 of the semi-final between xenophobiaphobia and Madmen on Snakewater. Winner goes through to the grand final. Take me to mid, George.
So I'm going to be following Moop coming out now. He's just reached into mid. He takes, nearly taking from Paulson. Paulson's got a lot more aggression onto the point than he does, as the rest of the teams are going to be starting to fight each other. Like, Madmen have a little bit of a high ground advantage. Shifter's going for the bomb, but it's just him alone. He doesn't have much to help him with there, but Nat gets taken down by Sage. Good shots from him. Moop goes down as well. He got taken low just by spam across the point. Varna going down to MG though. MG trying to get on lock. He takes him down. Ohai's trying to trade for MG, and he does, but he's going to get taken down by the rest of Zeno's combo. It was a pretty dominant performance from what looks like it was going to be a Madmen mid for a second there, but they really just fell apart quite quickly to Xenophobia.
Yeah, it's exactly right. They had a lot of early posturing, did Madmen. Varna was getting really, really aggressive up high, as was Nat. Nat got bounced away a little bit, which sort of stunted their aggression on Madmen. And Xenophobiaphobia's scouts just put in so much clean-up work. I wasn't watching him this mid because I'm a damn fool, but I'm willing to bet that Paulson just did so much work there and put up a lot of damage, because you could see those scouts just extending towards the end of the mid with their buff, and they just absolutely get crushed. As we're going to see, I believe that is Hertz go down, who is tagged up as right wing Hertz squad. MG's going to get dropped in the Uber as they're going to take it in through Shutter Door. Got to focus down the heavy. Ohai is going to go down, but he's bought a lot of time. Moop is on a slither of HP and he's had to go into resup. Sean's standing on the and with no sticks on the point. This could very well be a Xenophobiaphobia round, but Locke's doing so much buying of time for his team. Paulson, it's just Mac left in. Paulson goes down. Mac has the potential to clutch this out. It's just MG. Where is MG? MG is the spawner, of course. That was so close, but I think I'd have to put that down to the death of Locke, really. Locke did so much work to buy time for his team, especially with Moop getting the resup there, as we're going to see Gramps, aka Sage, spawn up on the spy. Let's see what he can get done.
Yeah, that was a really sad performance to see out of Xenophobia for that last push. They lost a player just as they walked out of the door. Even though they had traded for Hertz, it was kind of a quick blow to that push, and it didn't help them in the long run. We do have Sage playing Spy. He's sneaking up on the mid, but he gets spotted just as he jumps down for the stab. Very close, but you'll know Hertz. So we're just going to be seeing a stalemate here as Madmen.
No, it looks like Madmen are coming in. Yeah.
Wow.
Off that one peak.
Pincer attack. Oh.
Yeah, definitely right. Ohai gets taken down though, but Madmen possibly like overstaying their welcome here. Frags are being like constantly traded out. It's a 1-for-1 trade right now. It's still a 1-for-1 trade as we've got even players coming in, but Nat's going to open up the aggression and he's going to get onto Sean, and that's a med down, so that'll probably cue out the counter aggression from Madmen. And Gramps is just going to extend into Moop, and he's found that kill, and he's going to hit the 2-shot into Locke as well. Gramps with the excellent cleanup there to hold off mid. He's going to take a 1v1 against Ohai now. Ohai known for his excellent DM and doesn't fail us there, taking down Gramps, but Paulson, known for his even better DM, is going to clutch out that frag. That was a very messy fight, George. Sorry to cut you off in the middle of that.
It's absolutely fine. I just watched Gramps do some amazing work, cleaning up 3 players there on that mid fight, as including the enemy mid. Got a lot of work done for his team and managed to that mid a little bit longer for them. Let's just see what Madmen decides to do here as they walk out onto their second point. Just looking into Saw now, for that push to see what Xenophobiaphobia will do. Xenophobia have that Uber advantage with Sean at 70% and Locke only at about 30%. So it's a bit of a dynamic that they're going to have to deal with. They're just trying to each other right now, but Xenophobia are going to be looking to go in very soon, and just coming up on 100% Uber now. Madmen playing a pretty passive defense here as the Uber's popped and they're walking through, and instantly Madmen just running away. I don't know if Xeno's going to be able to get anyone, but Nat maybe running through under. He's caught out, Matt gets him, but they're not going to pick anyone else up as Madmen is being pushed all the way back up to their last.
Yeah, it was an excellent second hold there by Madmen. They, I think it was a combination of the pipe span from Moop and Nat positioning himself up onto the pipe that just meant that Sean had to pop in through the door. He really had no choice there. I don't know, I'm like, with the Uber advantage, I prefer to see the grass push. That might be just my personal preference, but it gives your medic so much more room to breathe when he doesn't want to pop, and they were just, and you see why there, they were just sort of forced through a keyhole in the end, as Ohai's going to catch out Shifter, trying to hide out on the crates there. Gramps is actually coming up on behind and takes lockdown very low and gets the Uber force out, but in the meantime, everyone from Xenophobiaphobia just gets taken down on grass trying to back out, but it was the soldier and scout aggression just onto grass that did so much work alongside Moop. Paulson's the only one left alive. Paulson using his big I-58 brain to know to get out there, and he's getting out of mid as well. He's not having anything to do with it, as we'll see. Moop extending in and just locking out any of the spawners from Xenophobiaphobia. Slight Uber advantage on lock as well, because Sean did die in that counter aggression, but it looks like they want to contest this with the forward spawns. I really like this decision from Xenophobiaphobia, but they're not going to be able to cap the point. They do have a player advantage though, so this could be really good in their favour, as it looks like they're going to spam Madman out and get locked. That's huge.
Paulson got some really nice stickies when they were trying to run out through Saw. They dealt so much damage and picked up Madman's medic there. Vana going down. Alright, trading for Shifter as they kill each other. We've got a soldier fight going on with Saw, and they trade as well. That's a 2-player trade there. That was an entertaining fight to say the least. While Paulson's trying to take down Hurts, but he gets a good kill onto Sean.
It pops the wall in Shad.
Paulson's pipe's not quite working.
Yeah, Paulson confirmed worst international demo we have ever sent over there. What a waste of money that guy is, but as he can't even defend his medic, but that was actually really well played by Hurts there. Just able to get off that last-ditch rocket when Paulson had nothing loaded, and he's gonna concede second now. There is a back cap going, but it looks like that Nat is on last anyway, but I think with the ×4, ×5, whatever it was, cap on second, that Madmen weren't at risk of losing their last anyway. So we see Varna is actually up on Sniper, and he's going to get Mac, but Locke is actually going to get dropped down upon by a combination of MG and Shifter and taken down there. Paulson's fighting this from grass area. They do have the player disadvantage to Xenophobiaphobia, but heal advantage is in their favour. I'm gonna, this is what I'd expect from Paulson. He is backing up and waiting until they have players to refight that with their heal and Uber advantage. They just need to be careful not to give Ivana a shot from lower right now, as let's see what they do with their big Uber advantage here. Last time they were trying to push into second with the full Uber ad, they weren't able to quite do it. I want to see them change up that push, maybe go through window or go through grass. Just need to be careful of Ivana.
Xeno hasn't always been the best to perform against snipers. In their last match, they struggled a little bit with the other team having 2 really good snipers, and they were able to do a lot of damage to them as Matt goes down to spam from Saw, and the Uber's popped onto MG's, getting straight up. Paulson, nice air shots from Nat, double air shot, hits another one onto Shifter. It doesn't pick up the second kill there. That was great work from him to completely nullify that Uber. Paulson going down instantly. Sage actually looks straight at Locke and just kills him. Wow, Varna picks up the kill, but he just walked straight at him. He had 3 players around him, but they couldn't save him. So that push completely destroyed there, mainly by Nat with that nice air shot onto Paulson. As Madmen are going to get aggressive now, just pushing into that corner. Wow, Sean goes down as well. Paulson's getting some nice stickies out. He might be able to get away here. Shifter's just playing around up top, trying to earn some time, and he gets taken down in the end. Paulson, he's got Ohai to deal with, but he's going to decide to pull back. Varna trying to peek in for a cheeky shot. Maybe he doesn't have the timing for it.
Yeah, it was an interesting second push there, and Zeno, again, I don't want to say that I outbrained Paulson there, but I've totally fucking outbrained Paulson there. They went for that same push through Saw, and that same pipe and soldier spam combined dropped their pocket on the way in and forced their Uber. It was just a complete car crash of a push from the get-go, and then Nat decided to nut and just absolutely destroyed the push. Gramps showed that he's got the DM and the aim to go with the best of them, though, walking in and getting the 3-shot onto Lock amongst all his players, but again, that was just some really, really good stuff. Just fun little facts while we stalemate out here. We got Gramps on defensive sniper and MG on the engineer. Varna still on the offensive sniper. It's going to be a stalemate on second, but fun fact, back when Nat played for Ego, the last team that we really saw the big immunity guys on, your Aporias, your Yukis, your Tomos, all that stuff, Nat was the roamer for that team, and he really made a name for himself there, George, but he actually played on some quite country bumpkin ping out from WA there. His ping was not great, and it actually caused him to have to leave that grand final against Jasmine. But now he's moved to Melbourne, I've been told, and he, the ping difference is really showing here because he is just slaughtering children.
Absolutely, I mean, done so much work as a player, that double air shot that he got, and then hitting Shifter with the direct after that. I wasn't sure if that was an ear shot. It was a nice rocket nonetheless. He just single-handedly nullified that. We see some aggression from Hurts. Goes down to a head shot from...
But he actually takes Paulson against the force.
Wow. How did that even happen? How can he let that happen? Hurts just walked in and got the demo pick while sniping Gramps there as well. Now it's just 3 players up. They have a sentry gun to contest with, but it's safe to say with the Uber... Madmen should be able to close out this win. They do have the respawns in the form of Paulson. But we have to see what happens here. They're getting forced back into their spawn. A lot of presence on the point now. This looks like a Madmen round. MG, though, gets straight into the demo. He's dealing a lot of damage, earning a lot of time, but doesn't manage to stay alive for long enough. So it's going to be the first round going in the favor of Madmen. 0-1.
I think that last push fell apart because I think what I saw anyway was that it looks like Sean tried to save his demo, save Paulson from that Hertz aggression with the Uber, but he ended up dropping Paulson and forcing Uber, which is just the absolute worst case scenario. As we are onto a new mid here. Paulson again with that very, very aggressive posturing onto Moop. He's not going to really do much with it, as it looks like Nat's going to take his kitchen, and he's going to bait forward the frag onto Sage in combination with Varna, and we're going to see Hertz open up with this aggression, and he'll probably get a kill onto Paulson does, and indeed indeed he does, just sitting behind in the saw, and he's going to clean up Sean as well, and this is definitely a mid-win for Madmen. It's just a matter of like what Mac and MG can get done. Mac is sort of in front right now in the blue saw room. MG's behind. I'd like to see them try and coordinate something here because the health isn't great, but ever vigilant are Madmen, and they're going to just turn around and destroy MG. All three players that were on the point. That was really well coordinated there and really aware play from them. But yep, Locks spawned up on crits, as Wiethoofd is telling us, our eyes in the sky, and that'll be interesting. And it looks like they're going to try and take it in through grass here with this MG pick. I'd really like this idea, but no, maybe not. Nope, they were just sort of, they were having a little bit of a think about it, but not in the end. So we're going to have to put our cam onto Moop. Moop? I don't know if any of you guys caught the paint stream and heard the younger Santo, heard Bane talking about Moop. Moop, known for like not exactly being the best, as he's up on Uber and just gets dropped by a Paulson trap. That is a car crash, ladies and gentlemen. Mac's gonna get taken down by Varna off crits, and Nat's actually gonna find MG, so that's sort of a soldier and a scout down. Nat's probably gonna get caught out behind here, and indeed he does by Gramps, but Hertz extends in, MG's left on, sorry, Sage, Gramps, my goodness. Sean's left by himself on second there, and he's really not gonna be able to do anything, as it looks like Sean being left by himself there was really just the first domino to fall over, and a lot of players down now for xenophobiaphobia. Ozai and Locke going to combine for a frag onto MG. Paulson's doing the best he can to sticky off the point, and he's got a lot of stickies there, but he just hasn't really managed to hit Varna, and he's going to get taken down by Hertz in the end. That'll be a second round there for the Madmen. It looks like that Zeno should have probably held that after that miserably failed crit, but yeah. I think they just sort of beefed that second push. They let it get too messy and weren't able to compose themselves.
I absolutely love the timing on that. You quote on how bad he may be, and he goes down to a sticky trap with the crits. Anyway, getting back, taking a lot of damage just at the start of this mid-fight. Nat tried to jump up high, took a lot of damage, he gets taken down for it. Moot finally goes down from Shifter as Hertz is going in on Sean. He gets one rocket but isn't able to finish it as Ozai maybe trying to get aggressive with Locke, but he's going to decide to get out through Saw, as that is a mid-win for Xenophobia. Paulson and MG trying to chase, but shouldn't get this. Did not get this. Yeah, no, that was the best timing you could have possibly done on that one, yauch. That was amazing.
Ah, thanks, guys. Yeah, it looks like they're going to Uber out onto second here, Madmen, with a really aggressive Uber onto Ozai. Sean has popped in kind. He's popped slightly later. Both teams have multied a fair bit here. MG's going to probably get caught, but there's a lot of damage on bats there. I'd like to see Xenophobiaphobia try and clean up these kills, but they've actually lost 3 here, have they? But Nat and Lockerdown, who are 2 real important players for Madmen, but it's just collapse on the point. The sort of baiting forward and the counter aggression from Madmen again just coming in there. They're able to collapse on the Xeno combo so well, and there's only so many pipes that Paulson can hit. I think the scout overextending at the end of that Uber for Xeno, I believe that was MG actually. Really cost them there, just not having that sort of scout protection of their medic and demo towards the end of that fight, which was definitely a fight they should have won if you looked at the health bars, but the focus fire and just collapse coordination from Madmen was much, much better there. And they're going to be capping up on mid now. Ubers are going to be pretty much even, so we will see Xeno defending their second. Yep, both medics on regular Uber charge. Yep, so there's no chance of that ever happening. Moot probably never wants to see a crits again in his life after that. But yeah, both teams are just going to be building it up. They're posturing in Saw a little bit, Madmen, but I doubt they're anything's really going to come of this, as Sean's going to be up on his Uber in a moment. They're actually jamming themselves in through Saw, and Shifter and Gramps are extending into the flank here, and they're just going to get so much damage. They're going to get Lock, and they're going to get Moop as well. Really, really awesome play there by the flank of xenophobiaphobia. I think that must have been called and coordinated watching that from third person, because as soon as the players from Mad Men went into Saw and sort of committed to that cheese and pipe area, Gramps and Shifter just both jumped straight through window and went straight away. They knew exactly what they needed to do, but Ohai's on the back cap here, but I think he's going to have to contend with Mac and Gramps, so that will be a tall order for Ohai. He's going to get one, but I think he's going to trade, yeah.
He did a lot of work under Gramps here. He did win that 1v1. Force Zeno to walk back a little bit, but they're coming straight back into this. Madman going straight to Mac. That's two Scout and Soldier just getting annihilated there by Xenophobia's just raw DM, just absolute carnage. Paul getting aggressive on his own and just a little bit of disrespect.
It's just Moop and Lock here at the Ohai's the spawner, but I'd like to see them get aggressive, but Moop with the really nice pipes there to defend from the Scout aggression. It's like they're trying to get in here with the spawn advantages. Mad like this play, but they need to be careful not to overextend, because there are players from Xenophobiaphobia coming in, but they managed to find 2 frags on the flank of Gramps and Shifter, that is. And yeah, the combo of Zeno rightly want nothing to do with this. Paulson might get taken down here, but he actually gets forced by the subtle damage. That's really, really soft pop there. Lock isn't quite on Uber yet, and Paulson and Mac are extending. Mac needs to be careful not to die to Varna. Varna's on very low health, but Mac is going to get taken down by the combination of the two. MG's going to find the frag onto the demo, but the counter Uber is going to be popped, and Sean's just going to be minced immediately, as is Paulson. They're both going to be deleted. MG's hiding in kitchen here, but nah, Varna knows. Varna always knows, and he's going to win that 1v1 every day of the week. Shifter's in. Shifter is taken down by Nat. Nat's finding multiple frags here. They're just trying to commit for that back cap on mid, but that's an absolute car crash for Xenophobiaphobia, just overextending with the dregs of their Uber there into a Lock with full Uber.
So now Madmen are going to be the ones aggressing on Xenophobiaphobia's last. They're getting ready to into lobby now and finally maybe see their next round win. Lock's on that 60% and Sean's only on hitting 40 now. We have MG and MG on Sniper and Gramps on Engineer, so we'll see how they can contend with that. But like I said, they are going to have Uber, so as long as they can spot out their sentry early enough, they should be able to deal with it, but it's in a bit of a hidden spot, so we're relying on audio for this one. So we'll see if Hertz can spot it out, as they are pushing straight into its path, and it's noticed almost immediately. It goes down, did absolutely nothing. The rest of Xenophobia is so far away from the point that Madmen are going to be able to walk straight onto it and lock the rest of the team out. Unless Shifter and Mac, though, going straight for the point and make really good ground really quickly, reacted almost immediately, completely annihilated Madmen there. Lock hitting it, Ubersaw onto Shifter, just him spitting face before he finally goes down. And it's just 2 players up for Madmen after that failed last push. Xenophobia going to the second point now. They have players to contend with, but not going to get much done really. Varna's, he's on Sean, but Sean's not scared. He doesn't get forced. Now we've just got that second hold from Xenophobiaphobia and Madmen all the way back on mid now.
Look, Hertz rather complaining about his hit reg. What's new? But Sean up on the 100% Uber advantage after that excellent last hold, really. Mac actually drops to Nat. Nat, that's huge. Ohai's going to extend in and get Mac as well, and that's the combo down from Xenophobiaphobia. Nat with the huge plays that I totally, completely saw, because I'm a good caster. I have no idea what happened just there. But Gramps is going to extend in. He's managed to find Lock in a lot of these situations. Takes him out at 28 HP, but is not able to. Just Paulson and MG up alive now. That's a really bad situation for Xenophobiaphobia to be in. How did Sean die there? What happened? I think he got dropped down on from window.
On this. When I was running, flying through Saw, I saw Nat sitting on the staircase just to the right of the door, going for a sneaky play. I didn't think much would come of it. I thought it would just be a silly play that had nothing, that would do nothing. But no one must have turned around when they walked in, and Sean just got absolutely annihilated. Double rockets from Nat, really easy.
Nat is a god, dude. This new and improved ping has just unleashed the Nat. I hope we can make that a thing. Nat Nut. That rolls off the tongue really well, because he's been going absolutely huge on Snakewater so far. He's been playing really well. I'd say he's probably been the best player for Mad Men, as they're going to take the top left here, the attacker defender's perspective. And Uber in here are Mad Men. They're going to find 2 kills straight away. Paulson and Sean and Mac. That's combo down. Shifter's going to go down as well. Just the scout cleanup here is so overwhelming from Xenophobiaphobia. from Madmen rather, xenophobiaphobia, all fall like dominoes, and that is an excellent last push by Madmen, not dropping a single player, and that is going to be 3-0 to Madmen. On Zeno's map pick, mind you, George.
Yeah. I don't know what map score you're looking at. It says 0-4 xenophobiaphobia for me. I don't know.
Yeah, your prediction's still definitely viable, as we're on to mid now.
Pretty sure Zeno's about to win.
Yeah, alright, whatever, mate. Paulson again with the slightly more aggressive posturing. Both soldiers are taking the height from Mad. Hertz is going to bomb in large, but he's just sort of bypassed Sean there. That's an interesting bomb, looking like he was focusing down his opposite Roma. As frags are going to be exchanged here, we're all on the xenophobiaphobia side. Madmen probably overcommitting a little bit on that on this mid, based off a Hertz bomb that didn't really accomplish a whole lot. Varna's actually going to take down Mac and trade for Mac in that situation. Varna, considering the position and health that he was in, that was very, very impressive. But it's just Moop and Locke backing on now. Now they're looking at lobby. They're looking at the lobby door. Paulson getting up right up into their faces to try and stop that second contest, because that has worked previously so well for Madmen. Nat's going to jump in and get onto the point. He's going to take down his opposite Roma Shifter, who was on the point, but Sage is going to take down, Gramps is going to take down Nat. I hate people renaming themselves, honestly, like your Putties and your Grampses and stuff like that is never going to stick. None of this Zaka crap. But even Uber's Ojai actually up on the sniper now. Ojai, known as a disgusting Highlander main, which we must burn with fire at the next available opportunity. He's going to be having a little bit of a peek with this scope here, see what he can do. Hertz on Spy. Wow, it's been a long time since we've seen this, but I'm glad it's happened, George.
It had to happen at some point, let's be honest. I think he might just be doing recon work here. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, he's jumping around. Please do something. Yes. No.
Off the Shifter pick. Maybe? Is he going? They have taken down Shifter, has Ojai, so that's definitely an opening for him to get something done. Where is he?
Yeah. He's just cloaked into lobby now. He's walking straight through.
Oh, he just goes to food. He's been seen. No, it's unfortunate for Hurt. Return of the Hurts. I think his Spy must be a little bit rusty, George. We'll give him like one or so maps to get familiar with it again. But Nat, again, Sean, press mouse. Sean, press rebind your mouse too, brother. Nat, my God.
He just walked it. Just walked straight into his face and got it. Hurt's having a one-on-one right now, and he comes out on top with a little bit of assistance. Matt Varna now, he takes down
drops too!
That's huge! Wow, they couldn't defend their own mid. He just takes them down that easily. What is with these mids? Why can't they stay alive? Why can't their players keep them protected? What is happening? What are we watching?
Paulson's fighting second here. Yeah, it looks like low health on all the players. Moop's going to get taken down by Sean. This is so unbelievably messy. Zeno need to stop the second thing here. Sean and Paulson are both under. They'd sort of overextended there and let Varna get so much cap time on second. That's a real back cap sort of. They have the numbers and they have the heal advantage and Uber advantage to push, but that's a real back cap sort of threat. It looks like they're going to try and cover all the exits here, but MG's getting on the point here, and that's going to draw all of Madmen back, and that'll probably give the top left area to xenophobiaphobia, but Matt goes down to really good spam by Moop. Jordan's going to extend in, Shifter's going to extend in, he's just going to jump on the point and he's going to get it. Really heads up play there by Shifter to get onto the point, just knowing there's so much cap time that even though his team was sort of getting buttholed in the top area in the entrance to that door, that he could just go for the point, just go do Roma things.
He just did it. It's the same as Nat, he just walks straight at the mid. He's done it twice, it shouldn't be happening, but it's happening. Just silly little plays like that are really costing rounds for both players. Well, not rounds for Madmen, but it's costing something at least. Going down on this mid fight, just watching players jump around and shoot each other. Sean goes down to a nice play from Hertz. Hertz just jumped straight past Paulson. He had no one to contend with and saw and completely annihilate Sean. Didn't even know where it's coming from. Matt going in for a bomb onto Locke. This is that second rocket. Hits the first. He got him low, but he couldn't connect with that second one. It would have been nice if he could. Now Paulson's trapped in the store. He's not going to get much done. Oh, Crate Pipes takes down Varna. He's going to go down either way.
We're going to owe my dog for that pipe. It was a nice pipe, even though they did lose the mid. And Locke is on a full Uber advantage now. They're delaying their mid cap because Hertz is a troll. I don't really know what the dealio was there, but Gramps is up on the sniper. He was up on the NG, which I think would probably be preferable at this point, being at a full Uber disadvantage on xenophobiaphobia. But yeah, they're just going to lead it in on Ojai here. He's just going to run forward at the combo. He's immediately going to find Sean and take him down. But the Shifter and MG have gone down in lobby as well, trying to extend. This Gramps is still behind as well for xenophobiaphobia. This is such a mess of a last hold, if you can even call it that, because not many members of xenophobiaphobia are actually holding last. Paulson hitting some big pipes. He's hit so many pipes in that last defense, but unfortunately that's going to be a wipe on the side of xenophobiaphobia. And it's going to be 4-1.
There was excellent air fighting last push. I'm not sure what Madman soldier it was, but he jumped over top of Mac, who was also jumping, air shot him, and then got air piped by Paulson straight afterwards. So it's definitely a bit of a dogfight going on in this match. Paulson getting to mid way earlier than Moop does, which is quite curious. He got a lot of stickies out onto Saw for all the good that it did. Varna getting aggressive onto Mac now. He's got a good flank, but he
Shifter takes that off,
Hurts going for a bomb. Hurts, get it done. Get it done, Hurts.
Oh, no. Sean's just giving him the wiggles. This is some really good, impressive med movement there by Sean. Just Nat left alive. Nat's going to go in. Nat is always going in. He is always going for that medic frag, and he's always going to get that medic frag, it seems. Nat is having himself a game, even though Locke was the first death of the mid there, and that was in all favour of xenophobiaphobia mid, but just Nat is finding a way to get it done consistently across this Snakewater, and if he's in that scary of form, I don't know what the combo of xenophobiaphobia can really do. As it is 4 minutes left on the clock now, and it is 4-1 to Madman, it's probably worth pointing out. But so this is probably, for all intents and purposes, I want to say dead time, but it's probably impossible for Xeno to win the map at this point, but they definitely want themselves some momentum to bring into this next map here, as 2 are going to go down, actually. Both soldiers are going to go down for xenophobiaphobia, trying to aggress onto second, and this is looking extremely messy. Paulson's going to go down to a body shot on Varna, who is up on the sniper. Ohai is going to fall into MG in turn, but this is 3 down, with those soldiers both still being down for xenophobiaphobia. And this is going to be a mid-cap for Madman. Nat is just going to get in so deep, and with the combination of Moop, he's going to find MG. Nat gets taken down by Mac though, and Shifter's going to find the frag onto Moop, and it looks like Xeno are going to try, and they're actually going to crits onto mid here with the soldiers, but the crits isn't actually on anyone, and Varna's behind them with the sniper. I think this is probably very dead time now, as Locke's going to pop out as Zuba, and they're going to just find out some really messy frags here. Paulson goes down on mid. Lol goes Moop. Yeah, probably dead time here. I want to just quickly look up what the next map is, as there's going to be some fighting on second. George, hit me with what's going on.
Haven't got much going on. I think teams are just kind of playing around with each other at this point. We do have somewhat of a last hold coming in from Xenophobia. Hurt's just kind of playing around, missing every single rocket. What else could you expect? Doesn't even get a kill. Got a lot of damage done, couldn't pick it up. So Madmen are just walking through lobby now. Xenophobia not really putting up much of a contest. Ohai getting
you're exactly right.
MG.
Yeah,
just kind of playing with each other right now. Just jumping around. We do have crits from Paulson. He gets a kill on the move. Shifter goes down from, and wow, Varna, nice move from him, dodging every single projectile possible.
But Locke's just sticking around with this Uber on last here. Locke will probably go down here, as the Uber has faded, but it's a matter of whether they can clean up Nat and his buff before they cap out the point, and indeed they can. MG getting both of those clean up frags there. The next map is going to be Process, and that is a map that we saw, that is Madman's pick, but it's a map we saw xenophobiaphobia do quite well against against No Safe Word again on last week, so that could probably be a very, very good map here. As we're saying, that's probably going to be 4-1 for the end score. It could possibly be 5-1, depending on what Madmen can stitch together in these last moments here. But I want to hit you with a bit of analysis, George, as we're in dead time here with a minute and a half to go. I did speak to Hertz a little bit, to our buddy Danilo, before the match starts, and he was sort of talking about how he felt about coming up against xenophobiaphobia, just in a nutshell, and I asked him, are you fearing Paulson? Because everyone in their right mind would fear Paulson on demo. And he goes, yeah, Paulson's good, but he doesn't have 5 other members of Jasmine T with him. And I'd say that there's actually some truth to that here. What we're seeing, it seems like Paulson is hitting so many shots, but he's just not quite getting the support that he needs in the combo. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think that's when Paulson first started playing demo again, it was like, when he played Scout, it was a different story. You know, he wasn't, it's not like he was an inexperienced Scout, but it wasn't his main. It wasn't what he was known for. He was known for being an amazing demo with Jasmine T. When I heard they were playing on xenophobiaphobia, not made of the greatest players of all time. Not saying they're bad, but none of them were even nearly as well known as players on Jasmine T were. Hearing that he was going to be playing with them and playing with players that aren't as good as what he's used to. It's the biggest dynamic in that team is that you're playing with Paulson and he doesn't have Jasmine T to back him up. All so good at the game. They were a real force to be reckoned with, and then having just one part of that puzzle and not the rest of it, it's a curious thing to be sure.
Yeah, it definitely is. Mac, by all means, I'd put. I'm gonna channel my inner Yukari here and say that Mac is probably up there on Scout in his ability to play around the level of the Jasmine T players, but otherwise it's just, you sort of feel like that he's lacking in support from his combo, as the final score is going to be 4-1 on Snakewater, and we're going to be off to process. I'm just going to chuck Sean a quick message. I think we'll have logs up on stream. George, do you want to have a look at the logs for me? I'm just going to chuck Gramps a message.
So that's going to be the first map going to Madmen, running down the time 4-1. Actually, no, that's completely wrong. It's actually 5-0 to xenophobiaphobia. Get that in while yauch is paying attention.
I saw 4-1. Oh, my bad.
Nah, 5-0.
No, whatever, mate. Your prediction was wrong. Deal with it, George.
I'm never wrong when it's xenophobia.
Yeah, so we're off to process now. Have we got logs on the stream, Wiethoofd? We do. Okay, I'm going to bring up the clicky logs because we have the ability to do some really cool stuff. I'm going to sort by damage straight up, and shock horror, Paulson top damaging on his main? Why, I never. For the big, nearly 10k, 9.6k there, Varna, second top damaging. I mean, we said he was going to punch holes in the flank, but he's punching holes in the fabric of space-time. He's done, what's that, 40 less damage than Paulson, and the dude's playing Scout. That's monstrous.
34 to 17, and 1 less damage a minute compared to Paulson. That is absolutely incredible performance from Varna. You were so right. Totally punching holes in the fabric of space and time, completely going straight through xenophobiaphobia. And just other performances on there. Not much really can be said about any of the other players. There was nothing really that standout. Ohai, 29 kills to 18 deaths. That's a very high amount of kills from both scouts on Mad Men. They did a lot of work. On that first map. Phobia maybe not really knowing how to deal with it. In terms of Roma life, 24 to 23 from Nat. From him, he did really, really well. Showing me, how many did he get? 2 ear shots apparently. I don't think that's quite right. I think the logs are lying to us. He hit like 60 million. Incredible performance from him. Shutting down pushes all by himself. He did great work as a Roma. And meanwhile, Shifter on the side of xenophobiaphobia, he went 13 to 27 on that one, and not being even nearly as effective. Not doing a bad job, but it just shows that the difference in skill between those two players.
I'm just going to bring up the medic stats. I hope you've seen what I've just posted in Mumble, George. That's a very curious one there.
Yeah.
I've just got a message from Right Wing Death Hurts Squad, aka Danilo, aka Hurts, really. He's just said, you will like our first mid, so knowing how Hertz plays this in pugs, I think they're probably going to do something absolutely stupid with some very, very fast rollouts. I'd be keen to see that on process. As, we can probably take the stats off stream now. There's not much to say other than Varna is like, Vanessa needs to calm his farm because that's just disgusting what he's doing there. One other thing that I know we don't have stats on stream anymore, but it's just worth pointing out was that when you ordered that log by damage, you would see Paulson at the top, and then every member of Mad Men, followed by every member of xenophobiaphobia. So it just seems that they're across the board just not putting out as much damage, and if you just don't have the damage to kill the other dudes, then you're not going to beat the other dudes. I'm pretty sure that Confucius said that, George, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that was a very dominant performance from Mad Men, especially in terms of always disappointing to see from my xenophobiaphobia brothers. I was expecting more. Yeah. Same prediction coming into this one. 5-0 xenophobiaphobia.
As they are readying up,
yeah, because I'm always right.
love Paulson's binds, dude. I don't know if that's safe for work. I don't know if we can put that up on stream, but I'm gonna have a look at the mid coming. I'll read that out a little later. I want to see this Madman mid. Hurts alluded to something here as we're gonna Paulson taking up some aggressive posturing. That's gonna roll out quickly. What are they doing? Varna's actually running sniper to mid here. Ohai's gonna get taken down very low, as is Nat. Yeah. Varna's is gonna, Shifter's gonna get taken down with a combination of, Hurts on Scout and Varna on the sniper. Varna's gonna get grabs. MG and Mac are gonna pick up a couple of frags in return. Varna's gonna go down, so I don't know if this experimental mid has quite worked out here, but Ohai's wrapping around. He's probably gonna catch out both overextending members of xenophobiaphobia here. Indeed, he's caught Paulson in the choke. But, and he's going to find MG as well, who was getting onto lock. But that's a really bit of a disjointed end of that mid from xenophobiaphobia, is that we're going to see Madmen switch back to their normal classes now. I don't think that experiment worked all too well for them. But both soldiers are going to roll out fast from Madmen. They're going to want to contest this, but they're so disconnected from their heals. But oh my god! Hurts!
Oh, what?
What? My god! That was disgusting!
You can't let that happen. You can't let people do that. Was he not expecting him to hit the air shot on that? That was just crazy.
Oh, I mean, as a medic,
insane.
That was just disgusting by Hurts. His DM really showing there as they both just cross each other in midair. And their streams cross in midair, and Hurts just impregnates Sean there. It's going to be, this is still a really extended mid fight, as it looks like, as xenophobiaphobia did catch mid, but they're just going to extend with a Varna Uber into choke, and the way Varna's been playing, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Varna's going to be taken down by Paulson, but again, the follow-up from Moop is excellent, and he's going to take down Sean. They're going to find their man, who is the xenophobiaphobia medic, but that's their only frag they're going to get with this Uber, and it's only the flank really left alive for Madmen and the flank are both going to get caught in the flank here, both taken down by a combination of Gramps and Paulson inside IT are Nat and Ohai, and that's going to be a mid-hold for xenophobiaphobia, and hopefully that'll see the end of this extremely prolonged multi-staged mid-fight, as it looks like Xeno are going to be capping up on the second with Varna sniping from door one.
See what Varna can do with the sniper here on this last hold. Xenophobiaphobia on it, only on 30%, so it's likely that they'll wait for Uber, but it's going to be even if they do, and they have to contest with Varna. He's gonna know to go for the players that are separated from their mid. It's going to happen on a last push, as Mac and Paulson get mulched by Madmen trying to push out
Sean as well.
Here.
Wow,
Sage going down as well. He's trying. Why did Sage try to go back in there? He just got ruined. MG though, no, couldn't happen. It would be too easy. That was really surprising from xenophobiaphobia. They got completely churned in lobby there, probably not expecting that push from Madmen as Sean goes down and Sage. Oh wow.
Oh my god, when you've got two soldiers playing like this, like Madmen do, what are you meant to do if you're xenophobiaphobia? Mac's going to find 2 frags in return, but that's going to be all that Xeno are going to get off this mid-fight. This is just unreal level of play by Madmen, and we saw, like, sorry to keep cutting you off there, I know you want to say something as MG's sniping on second, but, like, when we saw Xeno give no safe word, like, I don't want to say a run for their money, but we saw them put in a much more considered and close performance here with, on this map against No Safe Word, who I think many people would pin as a better team than Madmen, but, like, Madmen are just going fucking nuts.
It's crazy. Sean is getting dicked repeatedly. Over and over.
Dicked in the nether regions. It's insane, as we're going to see Madmen. We should just stop pontificating at this point. I think we've got the point across, but holy shit. Madmen are going to cap up on second. Sean's going to have a slight Uber advantage, so we're going to see what they want to do here if they're feeling themselves to push out a last with a 40% Uber advantage. It's optimistic at the best of times, and Hurts is up on Sniper, so I want to see what they're going to do with xenophobiaphobia, but the way that they have just been sort of beaten into submission, I thought they'd play passively, but no, Paulson just not knowing how to hold S, just Ubers straight out. They're going to find frags on both of the scouts. Shifter's going to go down to Hurts, but that's... Oh, and Nat on the back cap. Nat just... Nat Nut, dude. What else do you really need to say? The soldiers from Madmen are just playing out of their minds. I can't even right now.
They're having such a good game, both of them together. It's absolutely insane. Nat has made so many key players over this map and the last map already, and we're only in the first round. It's the second mid of the second map. This is insane. I can't wait for the rest of this match. I'm getting really excited. Going for a deep bomb, takes down Matt quite easily. Grant's going down as well. MG knocked down low. He's got a mid with him, but he's going to get out. Paulson's quite low as well. Varna chases and takes him down quite easily. Varna, he's going all the way in. He's going all the way. And he's got Nat with him now as well. They've got to get this kill. Zeno really needs those respawns. No.
That was a really deep chase. You called it. Varna and Nat just chasing so deep. They're not wanting to let Sean get out. But I want to give credit to MG there, as we're going to see Nat jump in and pop the Uber. That's unfortunate for Zeno, but I want to give credit to MG there, who did an excellent job of chaperoning Sean out of that mid. But we're going to see Mac extend out now. They have got a full Uber disadvantage now to xenophobiaphobia, but they got 2 picks, and it looks like they're trying to get some position at least with it, but Moop is going to take down Mac with a pill to the face hole. And they're going to try and stack the cap here, xenophobiaphobia. They need to be careful not to get caught out by this Uber, but they are actually going to get the cap, which is going to delay Madman a fair bit. That's an interesting play. They're not going to get Paulson or Sean, who I'd say are the 2 highest priority picks on xenophobiaphobia at this point. And so I think Zeno, with that second cap and with the spawn of Matt coming up now, they might have just bought themselves enough time, but I speak too soon, as it looks like they're coming in through lobby. Madman. Sorry to keep talking over you, but Gramps is going to go down. Mac's going to trade it out for Ohio, so that's a scout for a scout. Sean's going to go down, though, just again to Hurts. And just the rest of the players are being fought out. Paulson's actually putting out a lot of damage on the point. MG is going to combine with him to pick up Hurt. Mac's going to go down. Shifter's going to find Moop. And Varna is going to go down to MG with Paulson hitting that final pipe onto lock to secure the last hold for xenophobiaphobia, with just 2 players up on the spawn. The flanks, the scout of Ohio and soldier of Nat. Actually, they get a lot of forward spawns here. Varna's up on Sniper, but Uber advantage and heal advantage right now in favour of Zeno after a solid last hold.
Remember to breathe, yauch. Remember to breathe.
Breathing's for pussies.
Yeah, no, it was just another messy fight in this series. We've seen quite a few of them, as we've got Hurts playing Sniper again. Nice shot onto Sage. Straight out the sewer, Taunt as well. What else would you expect from Hurts? Yeah, no, just another messy fight. Now, I think we're going to be in for quite a few of them. Shifter turned the wrong way. Varna just walked straight out of sewer and absolutely destroyed him. Grips. Little bit of BM in the chat there.
Oh, yes, the bit of a BM coming out, but Varna's going to extend forward and find Paulson here, as it looks like Madmen have actually got the sewer area. Mac's going to jam himself into that far door and get a lot of damage off, but Locke's just going to grab the pack and really heal up his teammates, so it's all for naught in the end. MG's up on Sniper. MG's ping, I've been sort of keeping tabs on the scoreboard. No pun intended, that's an awful pun, whoops. But he's been spiking between 400 and ping or so, and they're going to run through door 1 here. Our Madmen, this is a really dominant showing. They're going to find 2 frags straight away. Zeno are going to rotate back around, but the rest of Madmen is just really quite slow getting in here. Moop's going to take the high ground, but he's sort of a little bit disconnected from his team, and he's probably going to go down to Mac here as Sean pops his Uber out. They've got to get on the point. No! Ohio just sort of waddles onto the point from the far, like from door 5 or door 4 or something. Zeno were too busy trying to really get something done with the dregs of their Uber there, chase out the combo of Madmen to notice the scout just waddling in the flank. That's really complacent play from xenophobiaphobia, as we see Sean's ping going up now. This is just, everything's against Zeno right now. I think it's fair to say they're flustered going into this mid, as Sean's ping is really costing them. It's meant that they're not able to get into mid at all. Paulson doesn't have the heals that he needs, neither does Mac, and I just think they're going to probably concede here without hopefully giving up a frag. But both scouts are in pretty deep here for xenophobiaphobia, and it looks like they do want to fight it here. As a nice shot by Hurts onto Mac, and Gramps is going to get taken down by Nat, aggressing onto the combo, but Paulson's going to find a frag in kind, and MG's going to clean up Ohio, his opposite number scout. So this is a pretty even looking mid right now. It was until Shifter went down, and they've really got to lock down that Hurts Sniper. I think xenophobiaphobia really need to get out of mid here.
It's just been such a messy series overall, as the Uber is popped by Sean. They're fighting this. Madmen have popped theirs as well. Let's equalise the Ubers for both teams. Sean actually goes down for it. Maybe not the best play there, but yeah, no, such a messy match in pretty much every term of the word that can be used in TF2. MG walking straight at lock, trying to do a net play. It didn't work out for him. Unfortunate to see, but not everyone's net. So, just watching as Xenophobia moving on to their last as Madmen are coming into the choke, walking up on the spot. capping that second and getting ready to probably take their third round for the second. No chill. Walk straight at Sean, and it works. It works for him. He just walks straight at him. Get taken down, but that's a mid pick for the last push. I don't think much else needs to be said about that. Also got the hurts. It's a sniper as well.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, he's probably going to go for a hero shot here, outdoor 2, and indeed he is. He's walking in real deep, but he's not going to get deep enough to get a shot onto lock, as Shifter's actually going to have gone down as well to the hurt sniper, who's perma-sniping at this point. He's getting a shot in through door 1 here, and he's actually going to take down Sean again. Sean just cannot survive. This is really unfortunate for the xenophobiaphobia medic, as Paulson's going to extend into the sniper as well and get taken down. What can I say, George, is they're going to Uber in here on Madmen. There's not much they can do. Gramps is going to get cleaned up by Varna and Ohai as his shifter, but when you're on, really. Like, there's a bit of BM there coming out from Madmen in chat saying, hello, xenophobiaphobia, are you there? And they're flustered, they're rattled, they're... WA pings really aren't helping. I think, like, we need to see the leadership coming out of Paulson here. This is where we need to see their most experienced player in xenophobiaphobia really stepping up and trying to bring them back into this game. As Mac's going to try and aggress really deep into Moot, but he's just going to get deleted by the 2 scouts. Shifter's going to find Varna though, so that's a fair bit of damage off the field for xenophobiaphobia. As Nat's going to bomb in and get taken down by a nice pill by Paulson. Paulson's getting aggressive on though, and
goes down again.
Yep, Sean gets sniped and Moop gets the kill onto MG. It's just Gramps and Paulson left in here. Paulson's just going to try and melee battle Ohai, and he wins the melee battle. But in the meantime, Sage has come in from behind. That's Grams and got Ohai. But they're going to go for the melee duel as well.
Hey.
Moop's going to get Gramps to bleed himself to death, but I think that is going to be Moop taken down by aggressive Mac. No, Moop with the...
Wow.
Fast rollout there from Mac, trying to roll out fast and then whip out the shoddy boom body, but he's not able to take down Moop. Moop hitting him with the clutch pipe on very low HP. With just Shifter and Paulson left in here, with Sean to join them, I think we're going to see Madmen recontest this mid here, and they'll probably be able to take it with player ad.
Gramps
running
on Spy.
Yeah, this is over.
MG sniper. Zeno can't get anything to work right now. We have a double sniper from Madmen at this point. It's just getting completely annihilated right now in every sense of the word. They can't get anything together.
Grams is going to get the stab onto lock, but if we press tab here, we will see on the side of Madmen, we have got 2 snipers. On the side of xenophobiaphobia, we've got a sniper and a spy, which is a real shame, really, when your medic's lagging that badly like Sean is. It's a shame, because this would have been an extremely close series, I feel like. But it looks like, I think we almost have to call dead time at 17 minutes left on the clock. Paulson's still sort of trying his hardest, but this has just turned into a sort of like DM server with just a little bit of fun in it. Like, I don't really know what else to say. I just sort of, at this point, you gotta hope that Zeno are able to close it out properly as Mac's running the shotgun and the rocket jumper. Wow, that's really unfortunate, and I wish that our upper bracket final had been better, honestly, guys, but yeah, this is what we're having.
I don't know if you saw it, but we had the Gramps spy being healed by Locke, and he just doubled back, stabbed him in the back. Completely just shat on Locke. Nothing else can be said. He just got shat on. That was a Highlander play. Even Highlander, that was a pub play, to say the least. We're just seeing a lot of off classes. Varna getting killed, even though it's a friendly NG. They're friendly, don't kill them. So,
yeah, this is pretty much just devolved into a pub here. I don't know really what we want to do. I think it is safe to say that we're going to have to call this dead time here. I'm going to see if we want any players in for interviews, because I don't think it's worth carrying on with this.
So you can tell the players are from Madmen, they're just kind of playing around. We've got no aggression coming out of mid. It really is, as you said, yauch, a DM server at this point.
Yeah,
more than likely trying to waste our time than anyone else's.
Yeah, well, this what this has given us is a little bit of a taste into what we can expect for the grand final on Sunday. I think I'm sort of clutching at straws here, as it looks like I'm going to get Sean in for an interview, and some of the fellas from Xenophobiaphobia, as everyone from Madmen's actually offline, so doing the offline thing on Steam, so I can't grab any of them right now. But what it'll be, it'll probably, definitely at this stage, it'll be what we'll see is we will see the top seeded Xenophobiaphobia going up against the 3rd seed Madmen, which will be interesting. Madmen sort of I don't know, sort of weren't playing as convincingly against xenophobiaphobia until the second map. I don't want to see that was restraint on their part. Both teams were running backups, but I think it's safe to say after their roster changes, with Moop coming in of the roster and then out of the roster and then in again, and then Varna coming in and out and in and out and in and out, and then just changing classes like it's musical fucking chairs, I think the end result has actually been a very, very strong Mad Men side that could give No Safe Word a real bit of a run from their money, which I don't think anyone was expecting going into this season, George.
I don't know what you're talking about. Xenophobiaphobia is the best team in Prem this season. I don't think you can round that point.
I'm going to give Sean's
first place really mean anything? Like,
that's the wrong attitude. It does. I can guarantee you that Hertz is really keen to get this done. Really, he wants to take it to the fellas on Mad Men and get it done.
That's fair enough. Yeah. I'm really excited how the match goes. As you said, these teams are really, really even. It's sad to see how this was Sean lagging, but not much else you could, do about it. Just got the heavy fights now. And like you said, we really are in dead time as we speak. Yeah. If anything, this makes me really excited for the next match. If Mad Men can play, their soldiers can play off the chain, have this map, it'll be a very, very entertaining match to say the least. I mean, Matt making so many crucial plays, Hertz being consistent, and then also match plays whenever he needs to as well. Being a very entertaining match to watch, and definitely made me on the edge of my seat quite a few times.
Sorry, I'm just trying to organise interviews there, as we're going to see another round capped out, but there's just really nothing else worth saying at this point. Sean's on Scout, Gramps is on Pyro, it's a real shame, I don't know. It will give us, sort of some faith, as server's going to lag out for a second, that this grand final coming up on Sunday, guys, Easter Sunday, get your TF2 fix as well as your Chalky fix. It'll be, I do believe it will be myself casting with Yukari on analysis, and I want to say a tentative Brennan Hook also on the play-by-play. So get along, guys, chuck us that follow button and chuck us a follow on the Twitterverse and the YouTubes as well and all that sort of jazz, because the grand final coming up on Sunday, we'll see some of the best players in Australian TF2 squaring up against each other. We got the usual suspects of the top teams on the No Safe Word roster, your players, your Elmos, your Geos, all that sort of stuff, your Yules. And then we're seeing this side right here who are mucking around and maybe BMing a little bit right now, but Mad Men, especially in that first map and in the early stages of this map, just proved that they are an absolute force, and I want to see what they are able to do against in the grand finals. We do have Sean here for an interview, and I'm going to drag him in because this is for all intents and purposes, just completely dead time. I'm trying to get Varna in as well. Hey Sean, how are you going, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you?
That was a game.
Is that as fun for you guys as it was for us?
I don't know. The first map was good. I don't know what happened. Talk us through what happened in the second map, because I won't lie, you guys were really just sort of getting you were getting pounded pretty hard on process, mate. But sort of what happened? What was the decision there? You looked like you were lagging, and Mitch's ping wasn't great either.
Yeah, so Mitch had issues starting from probably late yesterday to today. Just constantly sitting at up to 1000 ping and not really stable, and obviously he'd been playing Pocket for the last probably month, I guess. And then I don't know, we kind of felt it in the scrim beforehand, nothing was really gelling, it didn't really feel right. A few of us were lagging, just not really playing well as well, people on different classes, and it was definitely there as well on Snake. And then by process, I think a few of us had sort of resigned and just stopped playing the game.
Oh, it's a bit of a shame. You guys have had a bit of a confusing season as well, with Modus quitting mid-season. You should be really happy with the third place, though. You guys had an awesome regular season, and it's the first time that you guys have made finals as well. I'd say you guys should be pretty damn chuffed with what you've managed to achieve.
Yeah, we definitely are. I think we probably thought we could have played a lot better than that, and potentially beaten those guys on our day anyway. But it's not the end of the world. It's just still fun. So
yeah, it's exactly right. George, do you have any questions here? As I'm trying to get some people in from the Mad Men roster who are going to behave themselves, so I'm sort of scraping the barrel a little bit.
Watching you the entire game, I had my eyes on you, and you just got devastated so many times in every way that a medic possibly could. What was going wrong for you?
Nat played really well. Like, Nat had really good timing, and he was
absolutely.
able. Oh, and the other thing, I don't think me personally, I wasn't expecting him when I should have been, and then when he was there, my team probably wasn't reacting as quickly as I would normally expect them to. So I was like holding a lot of Ubers that I normally would, but obviously, dropped quite a bit, especially on Snake.
As we do have two, sorry to cut you off there, George. We do have two players from the victorious Mad Men here. We have Varna and we have Locke. How you going, guys?
Hey, not bad.
I want to start with you, Varna. How does it feel to be destroying the fabric of space-time, doing that much damage on Snakewater?
Yeah, that's cool. Made shots of fun.
That's very fair. We've been having a bit of a chat to Sean, and he said that it felt like that things weren't gelling in their camp, really. What do you think you guys did right? Because you guys had a really commanding performance coming out tonight, and it probably bodes well for the grand final as well. How are you guys feeling about tonight and going into that next match?
Varna wanted to constantly feed, so I just told him to not do that, and it seemed to work alright.
What was the voice of reason, Locke? Yeah, Varna, anything?
Yeah, I just want to fade.
Good to know. No, but for serious guys, you guys playing on Sunday. It'll be Easter Sunday, coming up against No Safe Word. I know Hertz is hella keen. How are you guys feeling about it?
Yeah,
Other
I'm pretty
than wanting
excited.
feed. Do you like your chances, or?
As long as I get a good night's sleep, I think I'm going to be feeling pretty good.
That's fair, Locke.
Yeah. Just another game.
That's
Wow.
I suppose that's a good attitude to have, as we're probably going to cut it very soon, guys, so I'll do some quick plugs again. Chuck us a follow here. Grand Final is going to be on Sunday, and it's going to be a cracker of a game if Mad Men may not be Easter Sunday, I'm being informed, but it'll be sometime in the in the coming days, so chuck us a follow there and keep posted on Team Fortress TV as well. Look out for the updates and stuff like that. Follow us on YouTube and the Twitter and all of the social medias that you dang-fangled kids use and all that shit. We'll do some shout-outs again really quickly. We'll start with you, George, my co-caster tonight. Do you have any shout-outs?
Follow me on Twitter at GeorgeBezelJ. Thank you very much.
Don't do that. Locke, any shout-outs?
No, just shout out to the B1 crew.
It's fair. Sean, any shout-outs?
Just shout-outs to my team and Mad Men. Thanks for the game.
That's very fair. Varna, any shout-outs before you head off?
Shout out to you guys for casting, the admins, and the other team for a fun game, especially the off-casting shenanigans. That was really fun.
Yeah, that's very fair. I want to shout out both teams for putting on a good show tonight, even though it did sort of divulge to the end. Again, I just want to plug that if Mad Men can bring the level that they brought tonight, that we're going to have one hell of a grand final in our hands, guys. So chuck us a follow, because the date's not quite confirmed yet. And yeah, that's it, really. Shout out to everyone who came out tonight. We hope to be seeing you again next time. On behalf of Wiethoofd, our producer, and myself, thanks for coming, and good night, everyone.